Hello friends, and welcome to my Inktober Sketchbook tour. This is actually the first time I've done one of these challenges, because I've never before done one of those challenges where you draw something every day, and I technically didn't do that, but I still got all the Inktober prompts done, so that's that for me. I'm also aware that this video is coming out a lot later than it probably should have, but hey, at least it's out, right? So let's get started. So when it came to the prompt ring, my first thought went to the Lantern Corps from DC Comics, and I chose Atrocitus of the Red Lanterns because the Red Lanterns are the best Lantern Corps. For the second prompt, Mindless, I had originally thought of drawing Darth Maul as he appears in the Clone Wars series, you know, when he's that spider gremlin garbage thing, but then I thought Aqualad in Season 2 of Young Justice worked better. This one I feel might take a little bit of an explanation. When it came to Harley, I was thinking mostly how in the animated series the Joker uses her a lot as bait, and hell, she even uses herself as bait. I chose Killer Frost for the fourth prompt because choosing Mr. Freeze was too obvious. Also, I realized later that the prompt wasn't actually frozen. For number 5, I drew Mecha Frieza for the build prompt, and I forgot to draw his lipstick. I can't believe it actually took me this long to realize that. Day 6 for Husky, we've got Sendak and a towel. Nothing much else to say about that. This is what I drew. I can't tell anymore if it's an unpopular thing to say that you're a fan of Disney's Black Cauldron, but when I saw the prompt Enchanted, Taran and his magic sword were what I thought of first, and now that those words have left my mouth, that doesn't sound right at all, so let's move on. Obligatory trashing Yamcha joke.
Beaten by Cybermen, were you? Are you sure you're not trash after all?
My pain is constant and sharp, and I do not hope for a better world for anyone.
For Day 9 Swing, I chose to draw Ace's death from the Justice League cartoon, also known as one of the most tragic moments in DC animation history. For Day 10, I chose, I believe, a Super Mario 2 villain, Phanto. This is actually a redesign that I gave him just because I really like the look of the mask, but in the game there really isn't much more to him than the mask, and so I thought it'd be fun to make him into an actual person. For Day 11, I chose Count Mecha from Galaxy Express 999 series. For the Dragon prompt, I drew Death Saurus, as he appears in the Transformers comic More Than Meets the Eye. Okay, so for the Ash prompt, I kinda cheated a little bit, did some things wrong, because I went with the Silent Hill movie idea of everything being ashes when that's not the case in the games, and then I stuck 2 of the game characters into that. Even though it isn't something we get to see a lot of, I do like the idea behind the relationship between Heather and Valtiel, although I think at some point I want to redraw this one just because Heather looks so bored. I didn't mean for her to look that way, but it just looks like, yep, another day of a monster just coming up behind me and cuddling with me. God, I wish that were me. For Overgrown, I was inspired by one of the last shots we ever see of Lotor in Voltron Legendary Defender. You know, the one where he's melting? That's fun. This character is one that I'm pretty sure DC has just forgotten about. If you look at the Blackest Night picture of the Star Sapphire Corps, there's this one in the back just called the Lost Sapphire, and I really want to know what her deal is. But she hasn't made an appearance since, so yeah, I think DC I don't think even remembers putting her in, which is sad. I just really like the idea of the lore behind the Lantern Corps, and that I feel like maybe she might have something to do with maybe even the Star Sapphires, like, coming to be. But I doubt we'll ever know. For Day 16, I drew Beowulf from Skullgirls. For the ornament prompt, I went with Lena Inverse from Slayers. Honestly, that's a show that I really need to watch again because it's been a while. So for Misfit, I went with Roxy from Gem and the Holograms, or specifically from the Misfits group in that show. And this outfit in particular is from her episode in Season 2, Roxy Rumbles. Whenever it came to Misfit-centric episodes, it always felt like she and Jutta got the short end of the stick, so it was nice that they gave her some attention. Day 19, Kid Flash from Young Justice with his arm broken. That's fun! When I saw that the prompt for day 20 was tread, I immediately thought of tire tread, and so I drew Shockwave as he appears in Transformers Animated. Honestly, I think this is my favorite of all the stuff I drew for Inktober. And then we have probably my least favorite piece. For the prompt of treasure, I found myself just really stumped, and I could not think of anything. And then I thought of the treasure from the film Romancing the Stone, mostly because I really like the end credits song. This is one that, I didn't do as much as I could have. I should have found something else to do. Day 22, some ghosts from DC Comics. I don't know that these two regularly interact with each other, but I feel like it would go something along these lines. For Ancient, we've got Bill Cipher from Gravity Falls. This one is a reference to the episode of Bob's Burgers where Linda thought she was a psychic, and also because the dog's name is Dizzy Dog. It was around this point that I realized just how random my selections were for these prompts, and how many of them didn't really go together at all. Okay, so I'm not sure that many people will know who this character is. He's a demon from an anime movie called Demon City Shinjuku, and he has a mouth in his stomach that he uses to eat an old woman. Tasty! Day 26 is also one that I'm pretty happy with, The Dark from Cardcaptor Sakura. She just has a really pretty design. I think I was able to do it at least somewhat well. Somehow, it took me 27 days to draw someone from the Reach, and yet the Reach ambassador from Young Justice was the only one of the Reach I managed to draw. And for Day 28 Ride, I figured there was no better character for this than the Headless Horseman. For Day 29, I went with Eileen Galvin from Silent Hill 4 The Room, specifically after she's been beaten up by Walter. And for these last three prompts, I actually didn't finish them in October. I actually got kinda sick at the end of the month, so I wasn't able to finish them on time. So the last three were all done in November. And for the last prompt, Ripe, I went with the Djinn from Wishmaster. I gave him a pomegranate just to fit more with the prompt, even though I really just wanted an excuse to draw the Djinn, because I really like him. And I really like Wishmaster. More people should know about that movie. And with that, that is the end of my Inktober 2019 sketchbook tour. As I said, I've never done Inktober before, and I feel like it probably shows that I'm really not used to traditional media, but it was really fun to do regardless. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.